Hello, hello, and welcome back to Dredge. So, last time, we were playing around in the Twisted Strand. We completed the main story over there, a couple more upgrades on the Iron Rig, but now we are finally ready to go explore the other DLC. I think it's called The Pale Reach. Haha. Before we do that, I'm going to try to upgrade the ship. So, when we look in at the dry dock, there's a new hull and a bunch of other stuff there. But what I really need is the scrap metal. And I need that for both of the upgrades we've got here. I've got plenty of the cloth and the wood and the refined metal once we get into the new hull. So I just need 3 or 7 scrap metal and maybe some extra fishing. Since that's essentially some grinding, I'm not going to make you watch that, and once we are back, we're going to have the bigger boat already in place. So, I'll see you soon. Well, while I was fishing around, I found a new island that I apparently have not been to before. There's a photographer here, and I found some photography equipment way long time ago. Is this like the one place I can't access my storage? Are you kidding me? But I know I found some photography tools. Here's a photographer. Hello, sorry. Step out of the way for a moment, you're in my shot. Aside. A few seconds later, she sighs in exasperation and mutters to herself, "This simply won't do. The angle of this lens is all wrong. I'll never get a close-up shot of anything with this. The others, I fear they were lost overboard." Sighs and looks off to the west. The sailing from Stellar Basin, you see, squeezing my boat through a narrow gap between 2 islands. Crashed into some coral, and I dared not stop. Yep, I've found the photography equipment, but this is the one island I can't check my storage. I have a spare camera here that I won't need. You're welcome to it if you find the lenses. Mark on the map where she thinks she lost them. Figures. The one place I can't access the storage. Oh, we just need to go to the closest place, which I guess is Eventful. And we can hop over there and straight back again really fast. Because we know we found this already. Figures not paying attention. It seems like it's going a lot faster. Like the damage was a lot faster than I remember. Probably just me. Now I've got to go repair my engine because I was dumb. Yep. Bridge. Maybe looking for something to do with that for a long time. Finally got it. I could simply, there. Buy some of these for storage. Okay. I still need to get her those funky eels. So I'll do that while I'm doing this. I need to get her to fix up. Okay, please fix my mistakes. There we go. Got that in storage. And back we go. Photographer's little isle. Okay, watch the bar this time. It's just around the other side of one of these. Pretty much due west of Info. There's the yellow guys. Oh. still looking for scrap metal. I'll take valuables. Okay. Oh, it was that island. I went way too far south. It's not that one either, it's that one. Oh, I really would have shot that. Stuff. Ooh, what is that? Looks like a research party. It's spinning a lot faster than it would for most of them. Back. First. Now, photography. Good news. Found your stuff a long time ago. If they've not been damaged by the seawater. Takes the case from you and inspects each lens. Mostly unharmed. I think that's some careful polishing can't remedy. And now I can take her spare camera. Lens is nothing special, but should allow you to capture some good shots. Say the word. Oh, this is something that's entirely new to me, unless I just missed her the first time I played through the game. You can take pictures of birds. Too small to spot from your boat. Gulls and ravens around active docks looking for food. And Devil's Spine has some seeds. I wonder if this is a new quest line. I know more about large fish than her. Sharks? Big whale shark. Are these the large ones that we've been seeing going around? Mammals? Cetaceans can be found in the deeper waters. Oh, I thought that was just cosmetic. This is actually part of a quest line. We're supposed to take pictures of them. Interesting. Eventful would have reduced their numbers. Tiles? In the ocean? Turtles in the marrows and gale cliffs? And saltwater crocodiles in the mangroves. I think I saw the crocodiles, just commented on it at the time. So, how do we use the camera? Is that... Oh, it is a thing. Okay, so the next time we see something... Okay, that's new. It's amazing that you could just entirely miss something like that. But there we go. So that was a interruption from our scrap metal search. I still need quite a bit of it. So, that said, going back to grinding for more scrap metal. And we're back. So, we've got a bigger boat now. Dry dock, we got the last couple of upgrades, and the Tier 4 hull. Also had enough leftover materials to start in on some of the last things, but the storage finally has some space in it. Okay, with that, I think we are in a good enough spot to head down south. See what we can find. We can fast travel back here. It's harder to go the other way. Oh, and I also, when I did the upgrade, it moved engine stuff around to fit into the slots. I've got some jet drives now, so we'll be a little bit faster than before. We need to go straight south. I'm chased by a light. Go back there. Oh, I'm outrunning them pretty easily at this point. Campfire back there. Suppose I could stop and rest and get all this angry eyes away. Now fast enough we can just outrun it without having to use the turbo. That's pretty good. Photographers again, I think. Yep. Away from most of that pit. So from here, pretty much due south. I've been seeing the iron rig boxes all over the place. Even before we ran into the rig itself, I was noticing those boxes on the map. But I haven't seen the same kind of thing for the Pale Reach. Just that mountain in the far distance to the south. Oh, those lights are a pretty strong hint that we should go there. That looks like an Antarctic style ice sheet. Oh. New music. Looks like the merchant's platform. What do you have to say? I'm here to investigate the ice field too. Seems to have appeared out of nowhere. My best guess is that it drifted up from the south. Either way, I thought I should set up a pontoon here, but when I went to stake my claim, I noticed some old equipment on the ice. Come and check it out when you get a second. In the meantime, I've got some new rods for sale. They'll be perfect for fishing in the ice around here. Oh no, I went and updated all of my fishing rods so I could fish for the oil rig stuff. Am I gonna have to switch it all out for ice fishing? At the iceberg inspecting old pieces of metal. Stuff seems old, really old. Takes a large sheet of metal, half embedded in the ice, and there snow dislodges, revealing lines of rivet holes. Come in here, look. Went to the shelter, ruined by harsh weather. Their schematics nailed to a table. Yeah, they angled these sheets, the lining of the metal around the bow. Whoever was here, I think they were constructing an icebreaker. Could you make another one? I'll bet it breaks the ice. Like, what's right over there? Probably, but let me see. Spaced out the length of the metal scraps on the ice. We've got most of the basic materials. Most of them. We're missing crucial pieces. It needs specially tempered angle metal, as well as components designed to minimize the impact. And none of that is here. But maybe they left the other pieces elsewhere? Or we can find their old ship? Okay, these are the parts we need. So, icebreaker plow. I'm not sure if this is 2 pieces or 4 pieces. It's sort of, it's indicating half and half, so maybe. We need to go collect stuff. And the rest of this looks the same as before, but she has more rods for us, she said. Ah. Barbed ice rod. Oh, I won't be able to catch anything on the ice. I suppose I could simply take off the siphon trawler for right now. We'll just uninstall that and send it to storage. And I need to catch some fish first. I spent all the money on the boat. I won't be able to catch the ice fish until I have already sold fish. There are at least things I could catch with other rods. It's not really telling me, but everything around here appears to have ice. Well, I'm gonna have to go back up to the Gale Cliffs for a minute and fish just enough so I can even buy the ice rod. Okay, well, I'm gonna do that and I'll come right back again. Interesting. While fishing around the Gale Cliffs, one of these random campsites we found before, I docked here simply to rest, but I found someone, and it's the old mayor. Did you throw it back? The book. Well, we know somebody who has a book. You've mistaken me for someone else. I'm not seeing things. It's really you, isn't it? Who do you think I am? turns away, wringing his hands. He speaks to the fire. It was him and his damned wife. They dredged up that old book, but something cloaked in fog followed it out. Right through the boat. Boom! Makes crude noises and motions wide with his hands, still talking to the fire as though pantomiming to a child. It broke. It said it was coming for our breath, that we wouldn't be needing it soon. And then darkness crashed down. An age later, some of us washed up on the shore, and him, still clutching that book. Throw it back, he cried as the fog rolled ashore. He thought surely it can still be undone. Silver and crimson, the book covered in her blood. Throw it back. The man closes his eyes tight as he holds back tears. Voice falls to a whisper. The lighthouse keeper, she saw, she knows where it came from, where it needs to go. Tell me about the book. Silver and crimson. Silver and crimson. What about the fog? Cloaks that thing. It's evil, haven't you felt it? What about the lighthouse keeper? He saw it all that ruinous day. Ask her. Bigger. Tell her I... Okay, so we found the old mayor of perhaps Little Marrow, or maybe even Greater Marrow. And... yeah, he's not doing too well. But we went to this campsite before and there wasn't anyone there, so maybe he's moving around. But we need to get some rest ourselves. So that was an interesting encounter that I didn't want to miss. Okay, we're back. And now we've got the ice rod. And we're actually a good portion of the way towards getting all these things. We just need to save up the money for most of them. And keep an eye out for lumber and metal. And to start exploring. So I can already see we're going to need an icebreaker to get through those. So that may just be a shortcut. So we can go around through this thing. Just ice fish. Okay. Catch one of each thing for now. An idea of what they are, which ones are valuable. Also ice. Boothfish. Like, that's more ice fish. Well, we found a boat. That's some thicker ice. Venting. I do have explosives. Oh, it's her. Fortunate turn of events. There's a narwhal in the ice field. By placing scraps of fish to entice it, it didn't have enough to hold its attention. Fill the space entirely with any fish you like. Okay, well I could definitely fill it up with more ice fish if I get 4 more of them. Let's get some pictures. You probably get 4 from just one of these. Yeah, if it's got a high stock like that. Trophy. I'll keep the trophy. Okay, that should be enough. Interact with that directly? Nope, I have to talk to her. Okay, fill the space with fish. Perfect. Let your engines wait in silence.
Ah.
Some things under the That had some arms to it. What was that thing? Interesting. That was no regular narwhal. Gracious, hyper-aggressive. Had hands. These ice fields aren't safe with that thing around. So she is leaving. Does that mean anything on the inside? I hope the ice doesn't come back to... Yeah. But still nothing has shown up on there. I wonder if I have to discover a map. Where I can just safely navigate around. Well, that definitely seems special. Looks like part of what we're looking for. It's big. Oh, got a much bigger ship now, at least. Yep, that is half of the plot. And I can stop here. Yeah, someone in the ice. Cold wind whistles through the doorway of the only cabin still standing. Behind it, a frozen over dig site is littered with tools and debris. Now let's just check this out. Ice shard. Light pierces through the ice, intensifying and concentrating into a glow in the center. Dark form takes shape against the light. Maybe if I'm crazier, I might hear something. Or a voice echoes from within. Don't disturb the ice. Interesting. Yeah, he looks like he's a little bit fractured in there. Right. Captain of the expedition. Chart the ice field. What appears suddenly through the ice? It whispered, promised stones from the stars. It knew 3 would hear. The heart beneath the ice. It commanded 3 listeners, 3 sacrifices for 3 eyes. But a 4th now seems forever futile. Shadowless. Slumbering still, should leave. It sees you before it whispers. Break the ice. Do not risk breaking. It senses through the ice. Through the shadows, no hope. So if I have a pickaxe, I mean, maybe this is just plenty refractions, but he seems like he's a little bit broken. How about the cabin? Rotting table inside, and a crudely drawn map of the area. Hey, you attach it to your own map. The large books on the table, well worn. The words Captain's Log. Which entry do you want to read? Let's start with the first. Arrived at the floating sea ice amidst a particularly thick fog. A few channels could be seen leading into the ice. Those sizable chunks float in our way, posing a hazard. Ordered us to moor against the outer ice wall while the engineers make adjustments to better prepare the vessel. Looks a little bit like the narwhal we saw. I guess maybe we saw flippers. Like a walrus or something. The vessel was pursued by a particularly aggressive narwhal. Yep, some men placed fish on the ice nearby in an effort to distract it. It appeared to work, though only for a time. It surfaced and needed satiating repeatedly. If we can't find a more permanent solution, we'll have to make sure we keep enough fish on hand to placate it. Maybe I can just discard fish to make it go away? And a couple days later, as I lay falling asleep, the most almighty voice spoke unto me. It resounded from the thick ice below, at once powerful and ethereal. There was no mistaking this as a trick of the wind, nor a jest by the crew. It did not pause for response or acknowledgement, but whispered a cryptic prophecy. Does not make sense of it. 3 listeners shall hear the holler. I should indulge these listeners. Book of boundless wealth from the stars, and of eyes opening unto the world. The rest of my sleep was feverish as my mind was plagued with the sound of the voice, spun in my head echoing ever further. In the morning, the boatswain and the navigator came to me separately, claiming to have heard a sound like a heartbeat as the men were digging yesterday. They indicated a desire to explore the eastern and western reaches of the ice field. We'll indulge them. Interesting. So there's stuff to the west. I suppose I could put it in storage. I think we found everything we can from right here. Huh? Hey! That's cute. Takes forever to zoom. So we came in from the Leak pontoon. This is the central camp, so we've got west, eastern, and a southern spot to go check out. We're pretty much just in the center. See a glow. Glows behind ice. Ooh, I heard that one. Can't get around it either. Not one of you before, but we haven't told you yet. And I got a weird one. Bulbous. This made a distended fluid-filled body and a shadow. Get a couple more of those before we head out. Oh, I see. Yeah, that is a central island. I see a little ring. Like, probably put stuff there to distract the narwhal. I don't see many ice or any fish out here. If I put another couple things in there, I can open a path. At least it looks like. Then going down this way. That's the southern side. But I still need the icebreaker to push through. Okay, what I'm really looking for is the other half of the plow. The first half was back here somewhere. But it's all ice fish. I can just use the narwhal right away. All this stuff goes bad. Ooh, another... a thawed ice fish? One more. Still wanted to have some to sell. Let's make the narwhal break through a piece of ice for us. Lead us right around to that. One side. If it's just like the other one. Yep. Back to the narwhal. Nothing else fits on the pile? Okay, we've also hit for a little bit. We've opened that up. I still think the other half of the plow should be in the middle area. Still need wood and metal for the ship. We have more cloth than we need at this point. There's still a point to gathering sand. Further around the southern side. Looking down the western path, which doesn't appear to does need to be unlocked. It's just further down. That's different. Do I have the space for it? Maybe. A goblin shark. Goblin sharks have unloads. If I actually find the thing I'm looking for, now I won't have space for it. What are the odds that that thing comes straight at me? Stay there. So I need to follow a channel out of here, but not the first one. I want to take the second one. Ah, that's probably the other plow that I need. I filled up the ship. I'll grab that and come right back. Come right back to grab it. And this just goes all the way around. A lot faster once we have that icebreaker. So, oh, let something go to rot. But for these fish, okay, the ice fish, oh yeah, it's already stale. But everything should be frozen. Okay, the little one's not worth very much. Goblin, 80-ish. And this is a special one that's worth maybe triple a normal one. They're not worth all that much. What we have found are the icebreaker. So let's go put that at the work site. Ah, guess there's 3 pieces. Plow, and bracer. Ah, we're gonna have to find more. Okay, we got a little bit of money. Maximize the cargo spaces. A maximum ship size. That one's now ready. Okay, we've collected every piece of wood we're going to need for the rest of the ship. So all we need is 2 metal and just a whole bunch of money. We have all of the cargo spaces we will ever have. I guess we're not going to need any of those pieces anymore. So 2 more metal, and we'll be all set. Ah, but now I have to... Oh, wait. There we go. So we have to find a 3rd. At the very least, the only thing we need to break all of these walls is fish. And that's something we can do. Good thing the stock is high, we're gonna need a lot of this. Back to the fish. That's fun. Still gonna go bad before I can use it for anything else. When it's freezing outside, it should overheat slower, right? This one's back to high already. Ooh, an astral ice fish. Constellations of light. Let's try not to exhaust all the ice fish stocks. So this time we want to stick to the side. We can't go through that one without breaking. Just grab one of these fish and we'll kill that one much faster. Alright, we should be able to fill those up pretty fast now. This is just wood. I don't need any more. Just scrap. Is that... Oh neat, you can see them horns sort of following you, and this is... Well, I'm about to feed you anyway. So this should be that. Okay, no more will fit. You're here. Open it up for us. Yeah, there was a distinct roar when it started hunting. So notice it's between ice. How can I possibly get it then? Oh, there's another one over here. 7. Wouldn't... Oh, that's fun. That's a claw. Okay, next piece of plow. Yep. Yep. That means the last one is going to be behind the east side that we opened up, but not really chased. There's a dock. Let's see what it has to say. That's a giant claw. Kind of reminds me of Subnautica's Blue Zero. Dock against a small platform of ice formed around a gigantic clawed hand. We're not the first to find this place, remnants of a long abandoned. A natural spire of ice. Ah, a different structure. Voice calls out, trapped. Forever, this prison. This out. Break it somehow. This is the navigator. In safe passage, chart the ice. It came from beyond. Break it somehow. The digging, the cracked ice, like a web, awoke the ice heart. Oldham whispers in the west. Took the boatswain east, returned alone. Next they rode here, the captain saw the claws. He insisted made camp in the shadow of the east, waiting for the stars in the night. Saw his shape suddenly swallowed by the cold in the dark. Break it, free him. So it looks like I need some kind of ice pick. I have to come back with all that. How about your frozen equipment? Very few pieces that still remain, but we've got a journal. And let's see, the last one from last time was the 5th of June, so it's before the last entry we've read so far. Men spent the whole day digging. They passed up chunks of ice, some as brilliant as crystal, others the deepest blue. Some held the glow we had seen in the night. I did note a disturbance in the ice to the west. Distant rumble. As the men dug deeper, the pulsing quickened, strengthening until I could see the ice shifting on the surface. I'll have to inform the captain. May well be that narwhal we saw earlier, this was much larger. As I write, I can already feel my eyes closing. And this morning the captain appeared out of the fog, rowing alone. Apparently the boatswain remains at a camp in the east, waiting for nightfall. We were unsuccessful, but it does make sense that the lights would be more visible at night. Tomorrow we're to journey together to the west, towards this 15 ice I reported. And you're alone on a small island of ice. After hours of rowing through narrow channels, it rose through the fog. A gargantuan monstrous claw reaching from the deep. Whatever creature it once belonged to must be long dead, as the claw is frozen solid. I wanted to turn back immediately, but the captain insisted we investigate. He's on edge, but turning this way and that, listening for the slightest sound. He is convinced something will happen after dark. As the last light from the cold sun fades, I have the sense that it will be a long night. Interesting. So does something happen at dark? 6 p.m. Oh, it doesn't seem like anything happened at dark. Okay, so we went down the western bearing. Let's go check out the eastern one. I think we opened up the way to the south as well. The one we got was from the center, though. Where's the center line? See, I did upgrade to a brighter light. It seems like we're getting hardly any new array. Whoa, that was not a fish. Let's just stop. Oh, that's food. That's not the right one. It's 2. Here, the heart. What do we have to the east? That thing... Yeah, that's blocked. You too far away? Ah, it's to the south of it. Yeah, that looks like something we've broken through. We need to break through... Oh, that's a new one. A wolffish, huh? Oh, that looks more valuable than the little ones, at least. Not as good at filling up those offerings, though. Ah, it's another claw. Yep, that looks central. Looks like it's a 2x2, so it should easily... Now that our ship is huge, most things easily. So this should be the boatsway. Let's take a trip around it first to see if there's... Oh, there's a way out over there. Let's talk to him now. Maybe makeshift. Someone was seeking these out. First voice. So many years. Break the ice. Use the boatswain. Huh, the Terror? Oh, that's interesting. It's a capital T Terror. I think I spoke about the Terror when we were playing The Pale Beyond. I read all the way through that book. Yeah, they get trapped in the ice, basically looking for the Northwest Passage, and it starts bleak and gets bleaker. Not a happy ending for anyone involved in that story. What happened? We saw lights dancing in the ice. They dug too greedily and too deep. Heart beating under the ice. And he went to the east with the captain. Find it in the night, the shadow of the cloud. The darkness shrinks. And away just a moment, the pain, the claws, my back. So cold, so dark under the ice. Please break the ice. I don't have the pickaxe you're gonna need, but we do have another journal. So this is pretty much the same time frame as the captain. Captain orders to make camp on the ice in the center of the lagoon. We saw those lights, everyone's got treasure on their minds. Treasure hunting's not exactly what the expedition was commissioned for, but given the captain gets the lion's share of whatever we find, it doesn't surprise me that he's willing to bend the rules a bit. We'll start digging after the camp stuff. Still saving those to our notes. Spent the day digging down in the ice, shovels and ice picks. Can't remember the last time I was this tired. Only allowed 2 short breaks all day. Down in the pit as I rested my back against the ice, started hearing something. It was different to the sounds of the picks. They were short and sharp. This was a low rumble from deeper down. First break, it was occasional. The second break, it had quickened like a heart. Which entry do you want to... Captain overheard me telling some others about the sound I heard in the pit. Before I knew it, I was in front of his desk, sure I was about to have my pay docked. To my great surprise, he seemed to know something of it already. He was keen on hearing it described over and over. He asked me to help locate the source of it. He pressed me on it further. I said it did seem to be coming from the east. Now we're setting off to see if we can find it. Perhaps I'll get a bonus. Interesting. So did the captain explicitly do something to leave them behind? I'm not sure the captain would have been entirely honest with us. Let's check out what's in the south. We may go around to the south and then on the outside, if we can. Valuables. What else do we have here? We're going to need the icebreaker to get through that. It's back. But now we know we need the icebreaker to get through all that. Interesting. I wonder how the icebreaker is going to attach into the boat. I hope it doesn't take the space away, but at least now that we've got the biggest ship, I won't feel too bad if it does. So that thing was on the north side of the island to make sure you don't miss it. That's the way towards... If everything's rotted again in our hold already, be a bit surprised. But not too surprised. The ice clearly is not helping refrigerate. Catch. Alright. And we dock. First thing, they're rotting, but they're not entirely. Yeah, the wolffish are decent. They're also still fresh. These are at about half the price. Let's check out Icebreaker.
Ah.
Let me just warm my hands up a little and get started. Installing, huh? Make me choose a spot. That should do it. The front of your ship can now break through chunks of ice. Test it out, and we'll be watching. Is there anything right here? Oh yeah, let's... We've got a ice one. And there's no ice that's actually immediately right here. Actually, there's the... Oh! There were two chunks of right here, so... Yep. And bust through it now. Those are going straight ahead. Alright. We can get through the ice now. At least small ones. Small bits. Well, even when I sort of sideswiped it, it still worked. So, alright. We now have much greater mobility in the ice area. Oh. You can swap it out at any of the pontoons. As long as it's not taking up... Oh. Yeah, it's not seeming to take up space on the ship. So, in that case, I don't really see a need to remove it. It's just sort of... It's there. Awesome. So, we have gotten a couple of major improvements to the ship today. We've maxed out the size, and with just a little bit more investment in it, we can max out all the rest of the stats too. After that, the only upgrades will be the stuff we found from the iron rig. Oh, not too bad. So next time, I think we're going to explore all the rest of the icy areas that we weren't able to get to on this first trip. See what else we can find. Definitely something down in the south we didn't see. But we found those two claws, and even as big as they are, for them to be connected to the same creature, like if each of those was the hand size, it would have tiny hands if its arms went all the way across. It doesn't feel like it could be really just the one creature, or at least if it was still intact, but even as big as the arms are, it couldn't reach that far as the same entity across the lagoon in the center. That's nice. This one's more of a cohesive story than the Iron Rig, at least so far. Iron Rig is definitely very much following along with, well, you know, there's something in this area, and this area, and this area. So it's directly layering on top of the basic game. And this one is much more self-contained. So it's good that they've got a different feel to them. It's nice, there's something all brand new to me. But that is going to do it for today. So, I'll see you in the next episode for Dredge. Bye-bye.